Hi, I'm Annette Pasternak, the Stop Skin Picking Coach. I'm here today with Jodi. So welcome, Jodi.
Thank you.
So Jodi was one of my very first clients. It was like maybe 5 or even 6 years ago.
Yeah, probably
Um,
about 5 years ago.
okay, yeah. So it was like, I just remember you might have been even, one of the first handful of people I worked with. It was a long time ago, but what do you remember, about like sort of the your darkest days of skin picking, or if you want to tell a story of, how you got into it, um, and then when you found me.
Yeah, I had started skin picking maybe my senior year of high school, and it didn't really occur to me that it was like a thing or a problem until maybe a few years later. And then I learned really quickly when I sought out therapy that no one knew what I was talking about. And that was probably the most frustrating, isolating experience, is that I would go to therapists and they would, have no idea what dermatillomania is or skin picking and didn't really know how to treat it or even really offer any insight. And that was discouraging. So I found a online community from Tumblr and other sites, and that was the first time I really understood that other people were going through what I was going through. And then I think it was just through Googling that I found you, and it took a little bit of time for me to actually have the courage to email and start. Even when we did first email, I was like, no, let's wait a little while
Oh
first.
yeah.
And then it was meeting you was the first time I'd ever talked to someone face to face that had knew what I was going through, knew what I was talking about. I didn't have to explain anything, and just that experience was unbelievably validating. I don't think I even realized until later the power of just having someone that understands. And it really pulled me out of what was dark periods. Skin picking ruled my life. I would cancel plans. I didn't want to, if the weather was too warm and I picked, I didn't want to wear certain clothes. I would cancel work sometimes if it was really bad. So that experience kind of changed everything for me.
Cool. Do you remember anything about the experience of coaching and, becoming free of the picking? Because yeah, as I remember it, it was like, yeah, you had tremendous success and it lasted for a few years, right?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me was the shame that I carried around because of skin picking. At that point, it had become the problem versus like another like stress or something triggering it. The skin picking was triggering in and of itself, and it was like a cycle where the shame would trigger it, and I would do it, and then I would feel more shame. So it just kind of went on like that for a while, and that's when I remember we worked a lot around through tapping, through journaling, through positive statements, through questioning statements. A lot of it was, believing that I was unlovable because I picked at my skin. And so putting those statements down on paper and really talking about them and going through some exercises that reduce the anxiety around those statements. That was kind of the key to everything, along with behavior modification, to being aware of it, recognizing the places that I picked, and so getting things like fidget toys or, maybe avoiding mirrors for a little while, throwing out the tweezers, journaling. It was all part of it, but I would say the biggest thing was just dealing with the shame around skin picking and addressing that head on.
Hmm. Cool. All right. So, can you tell us, just give us a little chronology after the coaching until now? Like,
Yeah, so after coaching, I mean, I'm sure I thought about it, but I don't really remember. It was almost like, some days it was like I'd never been, that decade of skin picking wasn't a part of my life. It was kind of amazing. I never stopped feeling grateful for just being not having to worry about putting on a dress or how my skin looked when I was getting dressed, or showing off parts of my skin, or summer, or bathing suits, and just feeling really free of that anxiety, going clothes shopping with friends and not worrying about, coming out of the dressing room and having my skin look awful. So it was really freeing. And then I just had a couple of things that happened. I was injured for a little while and having a lot of downtime. Being out of my schedule, I think, brought back some of that, and I moved a lot. And so some of those feelings of isolation and I think shame crept back. I still don't have the same relationship to skin picking that I do, or that I did before. It doesn't rule my life, even when it does happen. I kind of just move on and, aim to do better next time and take a look at what triggered it and what I can do to stop those triggers. So even though I do skin pick, it's not the problem that it was. And that is kind of amazing to me still.
Mm-hmm. What happened just the last few months, right, is that I reached out to a lot of my former clients and I was like, hey, I have this group now for graduates of my program. And anybody that wants to join, here's the deal. And so you reached out like back to me and said, oh, this is perfect. I'm actually struggling again a little bit. And so Jodi now is in this group, this graduate group. So do you want to just talk about what's the difference for you between, I mean, I know the individual coaching was a long time ago, but what's it like for you to be in this group where you're talking to other women now that are dealing with this?
Yeah, the graduate group has been amazing. It feels sort of like working out where I almost dread it a little bit, and then we're in it, and afterwards it's like the best endorphin high. I'm kind of like, oh, do I have to do this? Do I want to do it? And then during it, I feel great, and I always take away something from it. It's kind of amazing, the perspectives, and sometimes someone will say something that will just smack you in the face with truth. And, you can't always get that from one-on-one, and it's, definitely the value of hearing other women's stories, and I love that we're all women, because that's really nice. And it's sort of another judgment-free zone where I can be myself, because I think like a lot of other people, people in my life don't really know about it. I have a few close people, but it's not like something we talk about all the time. They just are sort of aware of it. So having that dedicated time to just share with other people and kind of strip down all of those things and not have to hide it all, what's going on, has been really valuable. I love the grad group.
Cool. So is there anything that you have to say, like presumably there are people watching that have never told anybody about their picking, or there are people that are working on this, just or people that have no idea how to work on this. What do you think? Is there any advice that you would share with them?
Yeah, that you are not alone. Also, no one cares. You could pick and go out, and no one's going to say anything. No one's going to judge you. Don't be afraid to tell people in your life. They might not know what you're talking about, but the people that matter will really support you. I would encourage people to just really talk to someone about it. I think your coaching is best just because, what we're talking about and you've been through it. Personally, other forms of therapy just weren't helpful because they didn't know what I was talking about. So I would just say start with journaling, and if you're afraid to kind of tackle it, that's fine. I think, some things we talked about at first was like, you don't have to stop. I don't think you asked me to ever stop skin picking. And that was a really important thing because it's a behavior that I was very attached to and loved and hated at the same time. It served a purpose. And, part of the getting over it was realizing that it doesn't have to serve a purpose. And there's other tools, and that's what you taught, was that there's other things that I could do that that are anxiety reducing and took the place of the skin picking behavior. I lost my train of thought a little bit, but
no, that was great. Anything else you want to share?
I'm a little distracted because my cat's being very loud right now. I don't know if you could hear it. That's
I
why I got
didn't
distracted.
notice.
I just think that, like, I remember, I don't know if you still do, but you used to sign your emails, like, don't judge yourself for, like, the things you didn't know. Or do you remember what it was? It was, like,
Oh,
something like that. And he's so loud right now, and I always think about that.
oh, really?
Um, it was something like don't, like, you didn't know the things, something. It was basically
Yeah.
like, don't shame yourself for, like, the tools you didn't have or the things you didn't know. And I think about that a lot.
Okay, I remembered where I got that quote from, this book. And here's the quote: I will never put myself down for doing badly at anything if I was never taught to do better.
I lived in, like, a
Yeah.
lot of darkness around it because I didn't know the tools, but, like, I didn't know I was supposed to know the tools. So yeah, I just think
Right.
that there's a lot to be learned from your program and coaching, and kind of applicable in all areas of life.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. Thank you so much, Jodi, for being
Thank
on
you.
today. Will you pop in if anybody has questions for you to put in the comments?
Yes, I will look in the comments for questions.
Awesome. So please write your comments. Give Jodi a thumbs up. Say thanks or anything else you want to say or ask for her. Okay. See you next time.
Bye.